You had the guys in pads today. How was it practice for the team?
Well, it's like every year. The first time you're in pads, some of the younger guys aren't sure how to practice yet, and a lot of it's teaching guys how to go to a fast tempo but stay off the ground, and we're still teaching that. But I liked our intensity. When the pads come on, you see a little bit more interaction. Guys having to play physical and who can make plays. When you're moving around a little faster, when you're out here in pajamas like we were the last 2 days, everybody looks pretty good. But it's a little different when you're in pads.
How much hitting was there today, and how much does that progress throughout the spring?
Well, we'll get more and more as we go along. We're a little bit down numbers-wise, so we got to be careful, especially receiver-wise. We've got a thin group there. So we probably won't be doing as much physical stuff with the receivers, but up front, we need as much good work up front as we can get.
That sounds like you're going to be without DeRuyter for a little bit. Who benefits in the reps from that?
Well, the rest of that group. JJ was out there today doing some things. Outside receiver, thought he looked pretty good. Carl Coleman made some catches today, kind of flashed a little bit. So everybody that goes down, it creates an opportunity for someone else. Tomorrow will be out a little bit, but we got good news. There was nothing fractured, and no nerve damage or anything in there. So we may get him back a little quicker than what we anticipated yesterday, and we'll just see how he goes with his treatment.
Any of your freshmen that redshirted standing out as guys that progressed through?
At times, a guy like Delvon Hardaway, I think, is shown up. Randon Knotts on the defensive side is flashed. Nate Matson's doing some good things. So we've got some good young players that are starting to get their opportunity and take advantage.
I talked to Coach Woodson yesterday, and it sounds like he's really emphasizing attacking the ball and forcing turnovers.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we are.
Yeah. What do you want to see from that group this spring?
Well, we've got to be a ball hawking group. Our signature is taking the ball away and getting negative yardage plays, and obviously from the back end, it's getting interceptions, and when you have those opportunities, taking advantage of them. We got to pick out here today. On a tip ball, it's good to see Charles being where he's supposed to, breaking on the ball, so that when it is tipped, he was there to make the play. That's got to be our standard. And I really like Coach Woodson's energy. He's embraced everything we're about, and he's emphasizing with our guys, which is good to see.
And any update on the quarterbacks today?
It's gonna be a daily drill. One guy stocks up or down. We're gonna probably go through this entire spring without. I don't anticipate anybody making that significant a move. All three are going to get their opportunities.
Well, we did talk to Miles and Brian on Monday. Can you tell us a little bit about Zach, where he's at and where he needs to improve?
Well, I think he's competing pretty well, but this is his first spring, where the other guys have been through a spring and a fall camp. Brian's been through, this is his second spring. He's a little bit behind them as far as just an overall understanding the offense. But he's making some throws at times, and I think he's doing a good job competing. It's up to him to put that extra time in, like Derek would always do, if he wants to get into that competition.
You see Randon safety and nickel pretty much. Where is he with the nickel part of that equation?
Well, we're looking at him, to be in position to compete for a starting job there. We really like his athleticism. He's a long player. He's very physical. I think he's a guy that, depending on how he develops, he may end up being an outside linebacker, a real athletic one. He's got to learn it, which is always difficult for a young player, but I think he's a sharp guy. He's a former quarterback in high school. He's used to big picture concepts, and I think that helps him by playing both safety and nickel, that he can comprehend the whole package.
Right. Nick was talking about that spot being a little undermanned maybe the past 2 years.
Yeah, we've been a little bit thin on personnel, and so we've kind of rotated some guys in there trying to find the right guy. I think this year we've got some more depth on the back end. It's going to create some opportunities where we might have some quality depth there at the nickel position, as well as at corner and safety. So it's always nice when you have a majority of your guys coming back and some new guys coming in that redshirted a year ago, that had a chance to get their feet wet on the scout team field, gone through an off-season program, and now they're getting their chance. So I think Randon's going to have a really good chance to compete for that job.
Who else is in that mix?
Well, we're still going to look at possibly Charles being in that spot. To us, right now we're trying to teach multiple guys to do it. As we get toward fall, we'll figure out who's our absolute best five. So we'll look at him, we'll look at Shannon some. You know, there's a few guys we're looking at in there.